Evolving security threats from cyberspace to the seabed are shaping the way countries deal with defense strategies. And this includes protecting a network of undersea cables that carries 95% of the world's internet and communication data. CNE's Leong Wai Kit breaks down key findings from a new report by the International Institute for Strategic Studies, which will help shape discussions among the world's defense experts at this weekend's Shangri-La Dialogue.
The world is evolving, and so are threats that nations face to protect their territories. Based on the latest threat assessment report by think tank IISS, there are two key factors at play here. Non-security ones, such as domestic politics and economic forces, as well as evolving security challenges. Now let's delve into these and explore some of them.
Starting here. The report reveals that Asia-Pacific states are increasingly vulnerable to cyber threats. These can easily cripple a country's critical infrastructure. But few countries in the region have clear plans to integrate military cyber forces with their long-established conventional services. Up in the sky, some countries now face threats not only from fighter jets, but also from drones capable of dropping bombs. Under the sea, unmanned vehicles are being deployed to monitor foreign vessels and protect offshore resources like oil and natural gas sites. The challenge? Unmanned technology is evolving faster than military forces can adapt. With limited resources and urgent operational needs, Southeast Asia has seen uneven adoption of and response to unmanned technology. Beneath it all lies 1.5 million kilometers of undersea cables carrying over 95% of the world's internet and communication data. Protecting them is critical, but difficult. With evolving threats from cyberspace to seabeds, countries are upgrading fast. Many now turn to defense firms to boost capabilities instead of producing everything in-house. It's cost-effective and strengthens their defense industrial base and expands technological knowledge. Geopolitics and crises also play a key role in defense partnerships.
Certainly, contemporary conflicts from Ukraine, Middle East to India, Pakistan, as tragic as they may be, some within the defense market community, if you will, see that as an opportunity as well to demonstrate some of what they consider as battle-tested or battle-proven hardware, and therefore increases the chance that these equipments will be acquired by regional countries.
Closer to the region, the Myanmar conflict serves as a sobering case study illustrating how drones have shifted warfare strategies. Myanmar resistance forces have swiftly utilized readily available drones to target the junta. The military has also adapted by deploying more advanced drones in its tactical operations. Some of the region's flashpoints today are centered around the maritime sphere, from tensions on the disputed South China Sea to concerns about China's actions in the Taiwan Strait. Experts warn Asia-Pacific could see the fastest growing rise in threats moving forward. As for ASEAN, it can tap on its convening powers, bridging the gap between the bloc and external partners to cope with these risks. The IISS security assessment looks set to pave the way for further discussion at the upcoming Shangri-La Dialogue on how the region can chart its security course in the future.
And Wai Kit is here with us in the studio for a discussion on the upcoming Shangri-La Dialogue. Wai Kit, welcome. So, French President Emmanuel Macron, he will be the first European leader to address the Shangri-La Dialogue. And as we know, France is also the first country in Europe to adopt an Indo-Pacific strategy. What do these engagements signal to the region amid a superpower rivalry between the US and China?
Right. So if you look at Europe's point of view, since COVID, it's been stepping up engagements with the region. You can see it in the way they send their warships here. France has sent, UK has also done that. And France has also tried to project itself as a power of balance and peace in the context of US-China rivalry. And if you look at French President Emmanuel Macron's remarks, whenever he talks about the region, Indo-Pacific or ASEAN, he uses language that is very similar to what the bloc would use, supporting ASEAN centrality, pushing for peace, support for rule of law. So from an ASEAN viewpoint, that's, hey, music to my ears because, hey, we're on the same page. So that's one. And two, this engagement also speaks to how ASEAN wants to expand its engagement with more partners. But there have also been experts that raise questions about the role and relevance of France. Earlier, I was speaking to Dr. Evan Laxmana, who is senior fellow from IISS, and he says he does not believe that, he believes that there is a role for France to play, but he doesn't see France as being a third force in the US-China rivalry. He sees Japan, Australia taking up that role, but he doesn't see France playing that game-changer role in strategic challenges here. Another expert I spoke to, Prof. Chong Jia-in from NUS, he also questioned France's commitment to the region because there are factors such as distance. They are neighbours, but they're very far neighbours. And also whether or not domestic politics in Europe may affect engagements here.
Earlier, you were talking about ASEAN. There will be an address by Malaysia's Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who is also ASEAN's chair. What message do you think he'll be bringing to the table, and how do you see him using the platform to project ASEAN's relevance? Yeah,
this is one thing I'll be paying very close attention to. I'll be looking out for his messaging in terms of ASEAN narrative, whether there is consistency, continuity, or a departure. I'll also be keeping a lookout for issues. Will he intentionally bring up Gaza, Palestine issues? Will he talk about security? And also the audience. Yes, he's speaking at a defense global platform. His audience will likely be, of course, the international community. But I'm also looking out for whether or not there are messages for his domestic audience back home in Malaysia, because let's not forget, on the international platform, Mr. Anwar Ibrahim can also project his leadership, consolidate his power, and also perhaps even bring in more investment and attention to Malaysia. So I'm keeping a lookout for all these elements when he makes his appearance on Saturday.
It's definitely going to be a busy weekend for you. Wai Kit, we appreciate your insights always. That was CNE's Leong Wai Kit on what's ahead at the Shangri-La Dialogue.